Today we get to talk about our family's 6th grade curriculum choices for this year. Hi, I am Rachel from 7 and All. I am a second generation homeschooler living overseas, and if you're new to this channel, just so you know, the 6th grader that I'm talking about today is actually my youngest sister. The 7 and All family is a little bit unusual. We like to do a lot of things together, including homeschool together. So I am involved pretty regularly with my youngest sisters and their homeschool routine, and I'm going to be sharing our homeschool choices for them today. I'm going to show you some of the books, and if you want any more detailed videos later on, go ahead and leave me a comment down below if you would like to see that in the future. But first, I'm going to tell you a few items that I don't have to show you. I might try to pop up a picture on the screen for you. Number 1, for Bible, we have been already using this past year the Route 66 Travel Through the Bible book, which has a teacher's guide and a student book. And my mom has really enjoyed teaching with this. They have not made it super far through the book, which none of you know this because you didn't grow up in my family, but I know this because I did. My mom loves the Bible, and she loves to teach the Bible, and we do not tend to make it through Bible curriculum very fast because there's just so much excitement, there's so much to learn, there's so much to discuss when it comes to learning the Bible. So for my mom, it is zero worries at all that they're moving through it slowly. She's happily continuing with this course. It's basically a journey through, that's why it's called Route 66. It's for the 66 books within the Bible. It's a journey, an overview of every single book in the Bible, and she's excited to continue with it. She loves teaching the Bible. I remember being a teenager and being like, why is Bible time taking so long? I've got, chemistry and calculus and all of this to do. And my mom kind of just told me straight out, she's like, this is the most important thing we're going to learn today. If we spend too much time on learning the Bible and we don't get around to the rest of it, it's going to be fine. So that is a big priority in our family. And so if we take a little extra time more than whatever the curriculum says we should, my mom is 100% fine with that, and she finds it very valuable. So that's our curriculum choice for Bible. Then for language arts, my sister will be doing the language arts level 5 from The Good and the Beautiful. She did the level 4 last year, and she really enjoyed it, although she did struggle a lot with following directions, especially at the beginning of the year. I think there was a lot of improvement in her ability to follow instructions by the end of the year. Reading comprehension is something that's a bit of a struggle for her, and the instructions in The Good and the Beautiful language arts can be rather creative and sometimes kind of multi-step, which can be a little bit challenging for her, but I think it is a good kind of challenge. And she's also, because she likes the curriculum, she's kind of motivated to challenge herself in some way. She's slowly improving in her language arts skills, her English skills, so we are continuing with that for her. Now for the rest of it that I do have in person to show you, right now she actually fairly recently started The Story of the World Volume 1. They are moving through it fairly quickly because she is a little on the older side for this, but this is the first history curriculum that my mom feels is really working for her and for her kind of struggles with background knowledge and reading comprehension. So they are planning to 100% just jump right into Volume 2 when they're done with Volume 1. We do not use this just as a read aloud. We added in the review questions, the activity pages, and the tests as well. And my mom has found that that is really helpful, that my sister doesn't just have the opportunity to hear the story, but she has the opportunity to answer review questions about it. She has the opportunity to do activity pages. She can review her written answers to the review questions multiple times. We can add in some extra books from our collection, and then she can take the test at the end. Tests, we find, are very, very useful for her to understand whether she truly learned something, because she can tend to assume that, oh yes, I know what it was talking about. But then only when she's tested, she can realize, oh, I did understand this part, but I didn't understand this part. So we find them a really helpful tool for her own ability to know what she knows and what she doesn't know. So remember that tests are not just punitive. They're not just about grades. they can be a really helpful learning tool depending on how you approach them. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this because you actually have an upcoming 6th grader or someone roughly around this level, or if you're just watching this purely for the fun of it and for the fun of looking at curriculum. I won't tell anybody. Then for her math, she is going to be doing Zeta. She has done Math UC pretty much the whole way through. We have added in some other books, mainly as workbooks. In the earlier years, we added in the Abeka math workbooks when she was younger. At this point, she'll be going straight from Epsilon into Zeta. And I'm just giving you an example of what Math UC looks like at this level. We have our usual routine where we get through E, F, G. G is always my favorite page in Math UC. And that also does come with tests as well for each lesson. The focus is decimals and percents. And that will be her math teacher's guide right here. And there is, of course, a DVD. We don't tend to use the DVD so much because my mom really likes teaching math. And then for her science, this past year, just as an update, she has been using Exploring Creation with Anatomy and has really enjoyed that. Now we're going to be going on to Exploring Creation with Chemistry and Physics from Apologia. So this is far from what you would expect of it. Like, you know, sometimes we can think of chemistry as a high school thing. This is not high school chemistry, but this is an introduction to a lot of the larger, you know, real life concepts that apply in chemistry and in physics. It is a textbook, but there's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of fun stuff in it. I really like the notebooking journals for this. There is a schedule. There's a suggested schedule, which is really nice, and it's in the notebooking journal. But there's a lot of fun activities. They definitely don't end up doing every activity. I feel like most people who use Apologia would say it would be impossible, so don't set that expectation on yourself to begin with. But there's a lot of fun activities within the journal and all the try this opportunities within the book itself. And I almost forgot to mention her readers, but reading comprehension, as I mentioned, is one of her struggles. So actually a big part of what she does every day, part of her school routine, is we do a lot of reading, but not just reading, but having her take the time to read, you know, verbally talk through what happened in a chapter with my mom. And so for her readers, we don't have a particular system. We are just choosing books from our collection and from our bookshelves that are at her appropriate level. And she's not necessarily reading at a 6th grade level, but we're homeschoolers, it's fine. She's reading at the level where she can read, and she's improving, you know, on her own pace and at her own schedule. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like nerdy curriculum videos and homeschool conversations, please remember to join my channel. Click the subscribe button down below, leave me a comment, chat homeschool with me. I am always happy to do that, and I love the community that we are building here. I'd love for you to be able to join it.